The photo album. While browsing through a dusty garage sale one sunny afternoon, a man named Andrew stumbled upon an old leather-bound photo album. Its cover was worn and faded, yet something about it drew him in. He opened the album and found it filled with pictures of a cheerful family, smiling faces at picnics, children playing in the yard, and holiday gatherings. It felt nostalgic even though he didn't recognize any of them. However, one page in the middle was entirely blank. Intrigued, Andrew flipped back and forth, but the rest of the album was filled with memories, leaving the blank page glaringly out of place. He couldn't help but wonder if it held some significance. Perhaps it was waiting for a new memory to be added. Later that evening, he set the album on his dining table, leaving it open to the blank page. The fading sunlight cast eerie shadows around the room, and a strange chill hung in the air as he settled down for the night. The next morning, Andrew awoke feeling oddly uneasy. As he groggily made his way to the kitchen, something caught his eye. The photo album lay open on the table, but it was no longer blank. A new picture had appeared on the previously empty page. His heart raced. The image showed him sleeping, the soft glow of the moonlight illuminating his peaceful face. But what sent a shiver down his spine were the shadowy figures looming over him, tall and ominous, their features obscured by darkness. They seemed to be watching him intently, their presence palpable in the stillness of the morning. Panicking, Andrew flipped through the pages, desperately searching for more clues. To his horror, each page he turned revealed photos he had never seen before. Images of him going about his daily life, walking to work, eating at a cafe, even visiting the park. But lurking in every picture were those same shadowy figures, always watching, always waiting. He slammed the album shut, breathing heavily, unsure of what is happening. But deep down, he felt an undeniable connection to the eerie images. The figures felt familiar, as if they were part of his own life, woven into his memories without him realizing it. Determined to rid himself of the album, Andrew decided to take it back to the garage sale. But when he opened his front door, a cold gust of wind blew through the entrance, and he froze in place. The figures from the photos materialized in the hallway, their shadowy forms twisting and contorting, whispering words he couldn't quite understand. Fear gripped him as he stumbled back into his apartment, slamming the door shut. The whispers grew louder, enveloping him in a cocoon of dread. In desperation, Andrew grabbed the album and attempted to tear it apart, but the pages felt like they were fused together. The shadows loomed closer, their dark forms creeping through the edges of the album. With every passing moment, he felt himself growing weaker, the shadows draining his very essence. Finally, in one last attempt to break free, he hurled the album across the room. It crashed against the wall, and the shadows recoiled, letting out a deafening screech. But as the dust settled, Andrew realized the album was still intact, now open to the last page. The blank page had transformed once more, revealing a new image. This time it was of him, eyes wide in terror, face pale and drained of color. The figures hovered above him, triumphant and gleeful, their shadows stretching long and dark, consuming the last remnants of his will. In that moment, Andrew understood the grim truth. He had become part of the album, his existence now a mere photo among the pages, a permanent prisoner in a collection of shadows, forever watching as the living continued on, oblivious to the horrors hidden within the leather-bound cover.